Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You didn't know until right now, but you want to order wings from B-Dubs, and you want all 24 sauces and seasonings, like original buffalo or honey barbecue or Asian zing, all for takeout or delivery. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar!
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
fight, or flight. Everyone's wired to be one or the other. If you can't get away, could you get out of a situation? Learn to defend yourself with Krav Maga training at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, the only alpha Krav Maga certified instructors in Southern Minnesota. Krav Maga is self-defense. Find out more at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, located on Commerce Drive behind Subway, North Mankato, or go online at smma.rocks.
Southern Minnesota Martial Arts is a healthy environment operating with current COVID-19 sanitation and distancing standards and guidelines.
So I first hit Challenger when I was about 14. Some years later, we started an esports club here at Wayzata, and we won the HSCL National Championship during the winter. This inevitably led me to Bethany, where I'm going to accomplish greater things.
I thought it was time for a change. My school just wasn't satisfying me anymore, and this year I decided to come to Bethany to play on their esports team.
I decided to come to Bethany because of the organization and its foundation. I just thought it was a really great place. When I went there, everybody was really sociable, easygoing with the team, and it seemed like everybody wanted to work hard to achieve the same goal.
So Bethany, the biggest selling point for me was the teammates actually, and as well as the school. You know, it's actually my first Christian college. You can really feel that sense of community in the school. And you know, I think that this is going to be a fun year for us.
My favorite things about the program is what the community and sort of like a family that we've built ever since the beginning of last year. On top of that, like everyone that's managing the team and like helping us with our goals is very down to earth, and they're looking out for the best in our own wishes. So the program is nice.
My favorite thing about the program is definitely the esports room. We have the best computers I've ever played, and the atmosphere, yes, it's pretty nice as well. Everyone's just so excited to be there. I'm proud of everyone who's a part of the program, for sure.
The team atmosphere, loving, it's great, it's very extremely motivating. Whenever you step your foot into the room, you just want to push your hardest because everybody has that great mentality and the attitude that, you know, no matter what, you just got to push your hardest because it's a fun atmosphere, and you can always fall back to Bethany Esports being a loving team.
I'm a challenger jungler who has been playing in the amateur scene for the past couple of years, and I really wanted to finish up my education, and I found a fortunate opportunity inside of Minnesota, where I'm from, at Bethany Lutheran College. I think that they have a program that competes with the best of the best, and I truly think with the roster that they've had, adding me to it could really be a championship caliber team. Hopefully in this next year we have the ability to take things to the next level, and I think that with all of us together we have the ability to show League of Legends and the world what we really have to offer.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-Dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
fight, or flight. Everyone's wired to be one or the other. If you can't get away, could you get out of a situation? Learn to defend yourself with Krav Maga training at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, the only alpha Krav Maga certified instructors in Southern Minnesota. Krav Maga is self-defense. Find out more at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, located on Commerce Drive behind Subway, North Mankato, or go online at smma.rocks.
Southern Minnesota Martial Arts is a healthy environment operating with current COVID-19 sanitation and distancing standards and guidelines.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bethany Esports versus Ohio State University. This is the second week of the CSL. We've got a great series on our hands today. I am Logan, and joining me today, as always, is Eli. We're going to start off our pregame show today with our keys to the game.
We're going to start with don't get complacent. Had a long preseason. You played a game last week, played a series last week. You've been dominating pretty much everywhere you've gone. You want to make sure that you're still hungry. You're in the league now. You know, these are the games that actually count. Next up, you want to be multi-dimensional. Varying your picks and bans. You want to change up your tactics a little bit. Don't be predictable. And then lastly, you want to roll with the punches. If they're not giving you the right scenario to win a game in a certain way, don't try to force it. You can find another way to win. You know, if you're losing a lane, don't try to force it out. You can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the game.
Fantastic keys to the game. Usually we're right on those on game day, so this time I have a feeling we'll be right again. But we're going to go to Champ Select for game one. All right, and we are here in Champ Select with Bethany Esports versus Ohio State University. First round of bans are coming through. Ohio State knocking out the Samira on their first one.
It looks like they probably read the scouting report. Don't really want Wizardish to have that. He pretty much dominates every lane he's in anyway. But when he's playing Samira, it's pretty much game over from the start.
The scouting report probably just says Samira OP, please ban.
Or just ban every champion that Wizardish wants to play.
Right. Bethany Esports going to ban out the Lucian here on their first pick. Definitely a champion that can be flexed in the top lane, mid lane, and the bot. So trying to take away some of that flexibility from Ohio State.
The Samir ban coming out first overall means that they're obviously not planning on playing it because they would just pick it right away. And that means Bethany banning Lucian, basically saying we don't want you to first pick this because we know you can play it wherever you want to. Ohio State, again, read the scouting report. Don't want that fizz on the map.
That 11-some kill fizz, we're going to get rid of that.
Absolutely.
Nunu also being banned here over by Bethany, and Shen coming out from Ohio State. Shen being a huge pick for Haru. Hekarim getting banned away.
Hezi also played that in the jungle a couple weeks ago. And then Ohio State picks up Ziggs.
Oh, the Shen.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah,
yep.
We did play Shen last week. That's right. All right, yep. First pick for Ohio State. They're going to go for the Ziggs, like you said. Bethany immediately locking an Ashe set. That set is probably, it's a top laner or it's a, well, I guess it's also a mid laner or a support. It actually could be literally 4 positions.
We have no idea what it is.
Ohio State locking in the Graves.
Same kind of thing 2 weeks ago. Graves was played top lane, so we're pretty sure it's in the jungle. But, you know, we'll see what happens with Ohio State here.
Very powerful jungler for sure. Graves is highly contested in every single game that we've seen so far. Sion being locked in. I'm going to say that's a top lane Sion. That's a pretty likely situation. Lilia locked in for the jungle for Bethany as well. Hezi playing Lilia a lot. So not a champion that he's unfamiliar with by any means. Next round of bans coming through. Leona being banned away. Trying to get rid of some of the aggressive picks in the bot lane. Ashe in a mobile ADC, so trying to make sure that she cannot get heavily collapsed on. Zed being taken away from Zach as that ban comes through. Zach being very proficient with assassins, carries in the mid lane. Definitely a player that likes to pop off. Bethany banning themselves out for the second time, I feel like, getting rid of Nautilus. Salamanders beasting it up on Nautilus, but they don't want Ohio to have that. Again, they're trying to get rid of those engaged supports so they can't pick off the ADCs. Pantheon, final ban coming through here. An OP support right now. I was just reading online before I came here that Pantheon has broken the record from Aphelios for most bans in Korea.
Wow.
With like 300-some %, which means it's banned every game by both sides and remakes, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Jace being banned or being picked here, sorry, on the side of Bethany.
It's a really interesting comp Bethany has going for him, very pick oriented, and obviously Jace is looking to be lane dominant, I suppose.
Depending on where he's going.
Right. Again, we don't know where he is.
Jin Tarek being picked, rounding out the bot lane here for Ohio. So this is Ziggs mid. We're going to finally see what the last pick is here from Bethany so we can figure out where everybody is going. And Zoe is hovered.
That would imply that Set is the support.
Yep, Zoe's going to be locked in, so Set support, Jace top, Zoe mid. Pretty standard all around. Almost threw us for a loop, though.
Almost.
That's for sure.
It seems pretty clear that they're looking to get picks, burst somebody out before he can get back to their team. You've got the Ashe Arrow, a couple of different sleeps going on, a lot of damage coming in, and then for your team fights, obviously Salamander's probably just going to be ulting in whoever ate the Ashe Arrow to begin with. And then for Ohio State, they want to keep Jin and Ziggs alive, or Jin and Graves. Basically, they want to keep two people alive. They've got Tarek, Alt, and the Sion going forward. Ideally, you keep everybody alive, obviously, but they've got a lot of weapons to siege out, and then their team fight is also pretty disgusting. So, really flexible for them.
It's always in an ideal world. Salamanders is up in the mid lane right now. I'm gonna try to go get Vaporeon in the mid lane there, but nice and safe. Wizardess gonna go plant a ward.
Get that early jungle vision so we can see exactly what route the Graves is gonna be taking.
It's the CC and the poke damage. Good chunk there onto Vaporeon there. He's gonna have to back now.
Should be okay. He doesn't have TP. I don't think he'll need it. He might miss. Well,
we're going to go for the invade here.
He's actually going to be staying, so that was really well timed by Bethany Esports. early lane advantage for Zach.
Going to award the red buff. It's about to spawn, so they are committed to this. And they know that Ohio is here now. Going to start off the chickens. Poke damage coming from Wizardess onto BioGamer. Going to take a majority of them there. Hezzy's going to get them. Wonder if they're going to end up having to smite fight. The smite does come down, and the level up goes to Hezzy. They are going to back out pretty well healed, but she does have free range now to get the red buff. Zach doing a pretty good skirmish with Vaporeon already in the mid lane. Getting that wave push so he can start rotating down. Hezzy's already started the red buff. Graves has already backed off to the blue buff, so he is going to win that trade there. Bethany Esports with a great early game steal there.
Ohio State did not get any of those chickens, so they get absolutely nothing out of it, and they use a couple of pots. Graves is a little bit slow starting. We know he can snowball into the mid game pretty hard, so well done by Bethany Esports, kind of slowing that down and getting themselves an early lead.
Stun coming out, landing, the root following on the Salamanders. Poke damage still coming out. This is the patch that we are playing on. I believe this is post-Ash nerfs, so her W now is thinner, has less arrows in it. So the poke damage, fewer arrows in it, so the poke damage is going to be, it's not impossible to hit, but it is harder to hit. But that is going to scale, so it is going to be larger as the game goes on, so shift in power for sure.
Pretty standard early game. If you take away stealing away one of your opponent's camps, Zach actually got denied a cannon minion right there.
Gonna land the ignite there onto Vaporeon for the extra damage. Q damage coming through. The flash E from Salamanders and the W, the Haymaker, gonna get the pickup damage, and Salamanders is gonna get first blood for Bethany Esports.
Really well done by Salamanders. Set not known for roaming super early, so maybe something Ohio State wasn't expecting, and maybe something we should expect going forward is supports flashing into mid lane to kill mid laners.
I mean, I wasn't even expecting it. It surprised me, and I can see the mini-map. But then again, when do I ever look at the mini-map?
Good point. In my experience, almost never, but
almost
that's
never.
neither here nor there.
Exclusively never. Haru getting hit by the old Q damage there from Sion. Big chunk damage. Lane pretty neutral, though. Pretty balanced out in the mid there.
Every
lane is just like even.
Very even.
Yeah,
right
just
now.
like right in the middle. I can't even say that one team's pushed up the other. Just both are gonna get the flash onto Lycia there. The stun gonna come out from the Taric, but he's gonna get stunned and land the Haymaker onto both. Good damage onto him there.
I guess we do have one defined lead, and that would be Zach has an extra amp tome.
Bubble does land mid there onto Vaporeon. The big damage coming out. He's going to throw the disengage bomb, but the damage is done. He's going to have to back out on that. Wizardess pushing up the bot lane here. Going to back off. It's a big wave there for the Scion. Got to try his best to get what he can, but Haru pushing him in.
Well done by Mukub keeping that wave from really crashing underneath his tower. He's down 10 CS right now, but he's basically been trading with Haru nonstop. And right now Mukub's at full health. Both people still have their TP, so the early aggression maybe not working out perfectly for Haru. Ideally, you'd like to see him getting forced out, forcing the TP to come back in so you can make a play for maybe first dragon later on. But really good job by Mukub to survive a really impressive lane.
Zach still just throwing out all the summoner spells that he's picking up off the ground for the poke damage onto Vaporeon. Salamanders is back in the bot lane.
I think Salamanders has Hex flashed about 6 times since he used his flash initially in the mid lane. I'm pretty sure he's just using it because the button's available to him and he has nothing better to do.
That's about right. He is roaming into the mid lane now, though. Hex flash is back up. He can maybe flash over this chicken's wall.
Ziggs is level 6,
He's
so
channeling.
I would worry
Here
about
he
the
goes.
burst damage.
He comes up. He's going to go for the stun. He does get it. The bomb, the satchel, shoots Ziggs back out onto the side, but he is going to just make it out with a little bit of health there. Gonna throw out the ultimate to clear the wave and back off safely.
That was a really well-placed and well-timed satchel by Vaporeon. Really kept himself alive. But in the end, no real resources used for that gank from the side of Bethany Esports, actually, or Ohio State. So it's kind of like it didn't happen, although they are going to get the chickens out of it once again. We'll see if BioGamer ever gets to take his chickens this game.
They use an aggressive control word there, so they have complete control of the bot side of the jungle now. They are going to start up the dragon. That's going to be a free dragon over to them. Zach's trying to see if he can spot out BioGamer here. He is going to get collapsed on by Haru and Zach. The bubble does land onto the Graves, and here comes the wombo combo damage, the flash of the wall. Zach is going to pick up the kill onto BioGamer. 2-0 for Bethany Esports.
Haru TP'd back in the top lane to get over for that gank, and he did flash at the end. He probably didn't need to. The Ignite was going to kill him, but, you know, at some point it's just like, I want to make sure the team gets the gold. But
another bubble landing onto Vaporeon in the mid lane. Zion clearing out the wave. Just like always. Ooh, big damage on the Salamanders there. He's kind of low. The root lands on to him from Jin.
Zion, I didn't realize this actually has Unsealed Spellbook in this lane, so he's got Exhaust right now.
Ooh,
so
the gank coming in from Hezi into the bot lane. They're going to get the sleep onto Taric, and they are going to pick up the kill on Zazarith. Zazarith.
Yeah, something like that.
They got him. Haru disengaging the fight in the top lane. Salamander's looking for the dive. Unsuccessful. Stun landing onto Wizardish. Lystia gets the 4th shot onto him.
They still have that Ash arrow up. And really what just happened there is Salamander's weakened the wave so they can push it down really quickly.
Another bubble onto Vaporeon mid. Just getting chunked out again.
Zach does have Lost Chapter completed. So that's probably going to be nonstop until he gets Ludens, and then it will stop when you're dead, basically, is what's going to happen.
Another bubble onto Vaporeon mid. I lost count.
It's a lot. It's a lot
of bubbles. BioGamer is now back to his bot side there. He's going to spot out the control ward. Clear that out.
He might actually get to take his chickens.
Salamanders is mid, rotating to the Rift Herald.
How many times have we seen Wizardish soloing a bot lane by himself and just not getting punished for it?
A lot.
I mean, Bethany Esports supports have basically had free reign to go wherever they wanted to at all points in the game.
Stun landing on a Wizardish with the Jin Root. He does have flash up, so he should be safe. He also has Ash ult, so they really need to disengage.
Sorry, Wizardish. I won't talk about it next time.
Ult coming through. Pulled back the curtains. Salamander's ganking in, though, so he's forced to stop at the stun, landing on a Zazarith. He is going to get the full Haymaker damage as the return damage onto the Taric. The ultimate from Ash coming in. He's going to get killed, ignited by Set, and the final damage comes through. He is going to die. BioGamer is trying to look for a return kill onto Wizardish. He does have the ultimate to use, but he is not going to be able to see him to know where to shoot it. Salamander's protecting the river, protecting his control wards.
Zach right now up almost 15 CS. And he's been pressuring the Ziggs out of the lane really handily. Ziggs does have a tier, so he's not going to be super relevant damage-wise for a while. We'll have to see how fast he can get that stacked up. But I have to imagine Zach is probably getting pretty close to the second half of his Luden's Echo, if not completing it. So I'm expecting to start seeing people get deleted from the map very shortly.
Zach getting the blue buff there as he donating his camp to him. Wizardish still alone in the bot lane. Salamander's coming from behind, ulting Ziggs out of the tower. He's going to land the stun there. This bubble is going to miss, but it is right where Vaporeon is going to satchel. And Zach is going to pick up a kill in the mid lane. 2-for-0 on the Zoe, and probably a completion on his Luden's Echo soon.
You thought that bubble was missed.
I thought the bubble was
that
missed.
Was just
well, I knew that it was placed for a flash, but he didn't have flash, so satchel it is. As he is going to spawn the Rift Herald mid. That is going to be at the first tower of the game going over to Bethany Esports. In just a second. There we go.
Now's about the time we start talking about gold leads and how Bethany Esports is up by about a little over 5K gold right now at 11.5 minutes. That is a massive gold lead, especially when most of your gold is on your mid laner Zach, who does in fact have the Luden Zacko and the completed boots. So we've reached a point in the game where Zach doesn't need help killing anybody. And maybe the only person he couldn't kill is Mookub from full health.
Haru going ham on a Mookub right now. The heal is going to have to come through. Ulting to get away, super low health, and he's just going to make it out alive. Haru getting total lane control now. He's going to get probably a plate or two off that top lane tower. Oh, but the teleport did just come back up for Mookub, so he's going to be able to come back into the lane. Zach trying to go ham on a Vaporeon here. Zazareth missing the stun on a Wizardish. The Ashe ultimate coming through. The teleport, though, coming to the bot lane. This is going to be your Scion coming through. The kill, Wizardish does pick up on a Zazareth. Hezi has arrived. The stun landing on a Wizardish from the Jhin. Mookub going to slowly back up. Hezi may have the heal. The Ziggs ultimate coming through, landing big damage onto all three members of Bethany. But meanwhile, back by the red buff, Zach is going to get Vaporeon trapped here. He's going to try to satchel over the wall, but he's unsuccessful. Great ultimate from Zach to get the angle and the safe auto around the mines. Meanwhile, Wizardish did die in the bot lane. Hezi is trying to still get something out of this down here. Zach whiffing the bubble, but does hit Scion. Salamander trying to come through with the Ignite and the stun and the Haymaker for the damage, ulting him out of the tower range, but the tower damage is just short enough to get the kill. Stun landing onto Hezi from the Taric damage and the Scion passive, I believe. Double sleep means that the rest of them are all going to get away. Very scrappy fight at the end of the day. It's going to be 3 for 2 with actually Ohio State picking up that one.
The fact that Salamanders didn't die there is incredible to me. I think he had single digits of health available. And obviously the result of that scrap, Ohio State University picking up a dragon. And we'll see. Looks like we had a Mountain Drake for Mountain Soul. That, I would tend to believe Mountain Soul would be better for Ohio State University because they've got a couple of really tanky champions on their team. Whereas the only person that's really going to get a ton out of that is going to be Salamanders for Bethany Esports. But the value of keeping that away from Ohio State obviously outweighs the fact that you're not getting a whole lot out of it stat-wise.
Haru does steal the blue buff from Ohio State. They're going to get the river control here with the Scuttle Crab. Should be another Rift Herald spawn up before the end. Salamander stunning Lystia. The Ashe ultimate follow coming in. The Haymaker for the extra damage. Wizardish going for the rest of the damage. And the Jhin is killed before the root can happen. And Salamanders tanks the tower out to safety. And they are going to probably pick up the rest of this tower here. Zazareth is here, but he's going to not be able to stop them from taking the tower.
How good are these two playing together right now, by the way?
Very.
Just absolutely in sync right now. They're going to call Zach down and pressure a second turret, maybe get a pick out. Looks like they're just going to get some vision control. But, I mean, Salamanders on his own has been absolutely everywhere, causing mayhem across the map in where you don't really expect to see it from a set support, who's just kind of there to be a lane bully.
Salamander's hex flashing over the wall. He is kind of getting slightly collapsed on. They don't know that he's there, but bubble landing onto Vaporeon again. Mookub using the Scion ult in the mid lane does not hit Hezi. Hezi trying to get the dance numbers around him. Salamander's landing the poke. Missing the stun. Sleep could come through there onto the Scion. Haru is getting the flank on right now. The sleep comes through onto Lystia and the Scion. They are going to go down. However, Zach lands a huge bubble. Hezi does get the kill on Lystia. The ultimate from Salamander is coming in. The showstopper, the Haymaker. He is going to go down to the tower damage right now. Haru going hamskis on this Vaporeon. He's going to get caught out by the Ziggs bombs. And the shutdown from the Scion passive is going to go through. At the end of the day, it's a 3 for 3 for both sides.
Maybe a little bit too aggressive from Bethany Esports. They wanted to push that lead. But Ohio State, up to the task of defending this turret.
Yeah, Ohio State, for now at least, doing a really good job at pulling backwards and absorbing the dive and getting their return kills as they can get them.
Jace damage just not quite there to be nuking people alongside the Zoe. Once he gets his mana immune stacked up, should be into that one-shot potential as well, as long as they can get around the Scion.
Getting full vision control over by Rift Herald on the side of Bethany. As the end Wizard is going to start taking that. Zach does not have teleport, so he is side laning right now with Salamanders close by. Easy Rift Trail goes to Bethany. Salamanders does have flash up. Lystia caught out by Haru. This is going to be an easy kill right there. Haru picking up the kill on the Lystia. Easy pick.
Not quite the one shot just yet, but close enough. Close enough. I'm sure he's not complaining.
Bethany pushing up the mid lane right now. Hezi does have the Rift Herald. Salamander's coming in for the flank. Zach, once again, does not have teleport, and he is in the bot lane. So probably not a fight that Bethany is really wanting to take at the moment.
It's possible that Bethany Esports might want to wait for Hezi to complete the Leandri's Torment before they really
Wizard is caught out by the Taric Stun and the Scion ultimate to combo it. Here comes the Q damage to knock him up. And the heal's going to try to come through to save him, but Taric is going to get the shutdown. Now Hezi's caught out. His great flash there from Zazareth to get the stun onto Hezi. He's going to flash away. Salamander's trying to go in. He does the Haymaker to keep himself alive, but the big curtain call coming out from Jin is going to pick up the last snipe on the Salamanders, and that's 2 for nothing for Ohio. Bubble, though, does land onto Vaporeon. However, Zach is pushed away by Lystia.
That's one of those situations where at some point you want to cut your losses.
Biogamer rooted away from Jin. He does land the bubble onto Graves. He flashes over the wall to safety, but Scion's waiting there to get the Q damage in the slow, the E to combo the slow, and he's just going to get whittled down and killed. That's another kill going on the side of Ohio State, but Haru in the top lane does take the tower.
All of this stemming off of Ashe getting picked out. Not a whole lot of chances she's going to live, and the fact that Bethany Esports came to save their Ashe, didn't pick her off, well, didn't save her. Ohio State picked her off, but then they gave up so much more on top of that by being out of position for trying to save someone who's basically already dead.
Assault coming in, teleport from Haru on the flank. He's got Lystia caught out right now. Tarkal trying to come through, but it doesn't get to the Jin in time. Salamanders is going on to Zazareth right now to try to get the finish kill. Wizard's being stunned and combo by the Ziggs and Scion all at the same time. Double kill from Haru onto Ohio State. They're trying to get the rest of it on here. The smite comes down, and Ohio State does pick up the Dragon. Salamander's barely making it out alive. Haru going into the back line, killing the Graves. Scion flashes over the wall. Hezi flashes over the wall. He's not done yet. He's going to pick up this kill onto Scion. The passive, though, might get the return kill onto Hezi. He's trying to get the movement speed to run. Mookub does get the return kill onto Hezi, and he's going for more blood, but he's going to run out of time, and he's going to go down to the dirt. Ooh, big fight there. Bethany Esports picking up 4 kills, and Ohio picking up 2.
Bethany Esports still up 9K gold. And, you know, they still kind of run this jungle, but they've been slipping a little bit the last couple of fights. Haven't gone as cleanly as they'd like. They haven't defended Wizardish. He died very early in that team fight by eating a Scion Q and a Ziggs ult, and that's pretty much all they needed to kill him. Ziggs does have the
Seraph's Embrace.
Is it
Seraph's
That's
Archangel Staff.
Archangel Staff.
He's stacking for the Seraphs.
I couldn't remember what it was called. But he does have the Archangel Staff, and he's got Merc Tread, so he's not doing as much damage if he had Pen Boots, but he's getting close to getting that stacked up, and the next item he picks up is going to mean a lot of damage for him.
I think he's trying to pick up a Morello or a Void Staff. Not sure which one. I'd imagine a Morello.
I would guess either of those. It feels late to pick up a Ludens, but maybe he still thinks he can get some value out of it with his squishy team comp.
Suppose it's possible. All in all, in that last fight, great fight from Ohio State as far as like return damage. They had a great Scion knock up into a Ziggs ult combo to kill Wizardish. Definitely the plays that they have to look for if they hope to come back in this game.
Hezi does have the Leandri's Torment picked up. Should be able to melt the Scion a little bit better than he has been with just his passive.
Rift Herald charging him in, chucking out the tower pretty hard. That tower should go down in the next push. Salamanders has the flank. Getting pushed out there. Ohio caught him out. Haru picks up the tower in the bot lane. Still 9K gold lead. They're going to pick out Biogamer in the bot lane here. Salamander's ulting him into the wall. He is very low, and Haru's going to get the kill onto him there. The bubble landing from Zach onto Mookub. The sleep going through. The ultimate from Scion going away to run away. Scion Speedway gets out of the jungle. Haru going onto DJ Vaporeon there. flashes in for the great damage, but he is not going to make it out there. Lystia gets the shutdown kill there onto Haru. They're going to start rotating to the mid lane. Bethany trying to push it out.
Haru picks up the kill, and he dies in exchange, and I don't think that was worth it for him. You already kind of have a man advantage, and you've chunked the Ziggs out. Whatever map control you're going to get afterwards, you probably just take that. Ziggs probably isn't even worth that much right now anyway. You know, it feels like they gave more gold than the gold that they got for that kill trade in the bot lane.
Scrappy team fights are a dangerous game to play. They work and they're fun, but eventually the other team is going to scale, and before you know it, you've lost the game. Zach back in to get his items. 4-1-3 on the Zoe right now. Doing mad carry damage so far.
He's also up almost 60 CS right now. And, I mean, they're the same level, but in terms of damage, they're not on the same level at all. Also, we've got a Fiendish Codex picked up from Ziggs. I don't know what that builds into with a Blasting Wand.
I don't either. Banshees? It's Banshees.
Is it Banshees?
Pretty sure it's Banshees.
That would make sense with a Zoe being on the field.
Yep. He just doesn't have the null magic mantle.
That would do it.
I've like discarded all of the item builds in my head, by the way, because preseason's in a week, so you know. Bubble does land onto Lystia. He is asleep. Zoe is going to come out for the damage. He tries to cleanse it away to run, but Zach is going to pick up the kill onto Jin. Biogamer caught out also by Salamanders. The Haymaker damage, not able to hit it. Mukub landing the slow. He's going to go around the corner here. He's going to get hit by the bubble, but he does have the ultimate to unstoppable runaway. Ooh, big damage chunk there on a Vaporeon.
This is that one-shot potential I was talking about that the Zoe has once you pick up Ludens, and now she's got Death Cap to pair along with that. So just the Q doing half of Vaporeon's health, and he has Merc Tread, so he's not as squishy as he could
Teleport coming top. Wizardish caught out. He does have the ultimate to re-engage here. Haru in the top lane now. Salamander's coming in. He has the flash ultimate and the stun onto Biogamer. He's going to get the kill there. Mukub does not have the ultimate to run away, so that should be a follow-up kill, but he is going to slip away at the last second. Zach trying to flash with the bubble. Unable to get the pick off onto that, but that is a kill for Bethany, and that is a jungler, so they're probably going to be going to the Dragon now. Baron. I meant the Baron.
I was going to say, as you say that, Dragon
As I say
goes
that,
down.
Dragon's dead. All right, now we're going to the Baron.
Zazareth made a hero play, getting the shield down onto Mukub, because Mukub, frankly, should have died. And I don't know that that gives him a lot of ground to contest anything at this point, but it's just that much more gold you're keeping away from Bethany Esports, who right now have a just over 12K gold lead. Dragons are tied up, so nobody's on soul point just yet.
You know, I was just thinking, this is like 25 minutes into the game. We've never casted a game this long before.
This is uncharted territory.
I don't know what
us.
to talk about. Is this mid game?
Maybe.
Huh.
Normally, this is the start of the next game for us.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I suppose they take the inhibitors now?
I don't know what that does. We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen that.
They came close. They came close.
Interesting game for sure. It is nice to see a bit of retaliation from teams. You know, I don't mean that as a joke. I just mean that sincerely. Like,
right.
It is kind of nice to see Bethany actually get tested and see their weaknesses exposed as they play some of these teams like Ohio. So that is kind of nice.
Well, this is
at least someone willing to fight back.
This is what we were talking about in the pregame. Is you can't get complacent in games like this, even though you've been.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Ooh, the seed just missing. Ouch. Okay, Biogamer forced to back off there. That Zoe damage is unreal right now. It is lethality grave, so he's got no resistances or health at all. Bethany now pushing out the top lane. They're doing a 1-1-3, or they're rotating between a 1-3-1 practically. But Vaporeon just missing out the bubble there. Wizardish pushing in the bot lane. He's uncontested for a second, so he might actually be able to quickly get that tower. Hezzy doing pretty good chunk damage for Lilia so far on the tower. Wizardus was close. Zach got chunked out somehow. I did not get to see that. Channeling coming in here from Salamander. He's going to flash over the wall. Nobody's really there for the follow-up, but he is going to ult Vaporeon out of the tower. He tries to cleanse it out, but the kill already going away to Salamanders. Wizardus has rotated the mid lane. They should be able to get this tower. Haru on the flank. Sleep coming through. The watch out Eep does miss, but the Q coming in and getting the rest of the kill. Mookub now trying to kite out some from Salamanders. He is going to dodge it. They're going to pick up the kill on the Zazarith. I spoke too soon. He is going to get away, but Mookub is going to go down. The curtain is going to pull back. Jin trying to get his shots off. Misses the 2 and 3. He's going for the 4th. Not going to land on anything with that. Wizard just killing the Scion passive. And it looks like that is going to be the first game here for Bethany Esports.
I'm so glad you said watch out Eep in the middle of a team fight.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy.
Ooh, the channel coming through from Salamanders again. He's going to face tank into the Jin with the stun. Barely making out with no health. The Root coming on to... onto Jace. And then the double kill coming out from Wizardish. Too many minions to spare. Not going to be able to stop Bethany from ending this game. And the first game of this best of 3 goes to Bethany Esports.
Well, that was not really as close as the score would say that it is. Bethany Esports was ahead pretty much the whole way. Ohio State fought back a little bit, but Salamanders was flexing in the way that really only a set can. So I'm going to give him player of the game from front to back, first kill to last. He was always around the fights, and he just played a really good game.
Excellent pick for player of the game. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll go to game 2 of Bethany Esports versus Ohio State.
Fight or flight. Everyone's wired to be one or the other. If you can't get away, could you get out of a situation? Learn to defend yourself with Krav Maga training at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, the only alpha Krav Maga certified instructors in Southern Minnesota. Krav Maga is self-defense. Find out more at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, located on Commerce Drive behind Subway, North Mankato, or go online at smma.rocks.
Southern Minnesota Martial Arts is a healthy environment operating with current COVID-19 sanitation and distancing standards and guidelines.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
All right, everybody, welcome to Game 2 of Bethany Esports versus Ohio State University. Bethany Esports taking Game 1 easy peasy, and they are now on the blue side, Ohio State on the red side, and our first bans are coming through. Bethany banning out Hecarim, and Ohio State once again banning out Samira.
Bethany Esports going to ban out the Graves. We'll see if they try to pick up the Lucian that was banned away from them the game. Or I believe they banned away from Ohio State last game. So I would expect to see something like that, something really flexible as their first pick coming out. And Nunu will up getting banned by Bethany Esports again. And I am surprised to see them banning this. This must be something on the scouting report that I didn't see. But this is a champion that Hezi likes to play a lot, and they're just not going to play it.
He goes too crazy with it, so they're trying to restrain him, keep him on the leash.
Could be.
Ohio banning out the Lilia. Bethany Esports insta-locking Lucian on their first pick. That's no surprise there. So that's a three-way flex pick, basically, between bot, mid, and top. Ohio State picking up the Volibear. Also a good flex pick. Both these teams are just picking comps that we have to sit here and wait for. I don't like it. I mean, I do like it, but the suspense is killing me.
Brand was hovered right before they locked in Annie on the Ohio State side. That is likely going to be the support pick, but it could also be a mid lane pick. It's kind of hard to say. Ash coming up for Bethany Esports. That's going to be an ADC, meaning that Lucian is going to go either mid or top.
Set pick coming out again. Was already played support, so that's a pretty likely situation, but we'll have to see because it still can get flexed later. Ohio shuffling around the ADCs. They are going to lock in the Ezreal. A much safer lane now. Try to hopefully with that Annie, if that is a support, that shield with Ezreal makes it a very hard to kill lane. Very slippery ADC. Ohio banning out the Kindred. Very interesting ban. Try to keep everything alive.
I think they're just trying to keep things interesting. Maybe they don't know who they want to ban because they're not used to seeing, you know, this level of flexibility from Bethany Esports. So they don't know where to go with their ban. The jungle's the only thing they know that hasn't been banned out.
Bethany, yeah, Bethany banning out Orin, trying to keep the engage away. And Ohio looking for Silas ban maybe. Don't want them to be able to steal some of the OP ultimates that they might have later on in the draft. And the last ban going to... Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's actually Tryndamere. It is Tryndamere? They're hovering it. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So they're going to ban Tryndamere away.
That's interesting. That's got to be a scouting report thing.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Somebody must play a lot of Tryndamere. Ohio picking the Leona, so that got banned away in the first game.
And that means the Annie is likely going to be a mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Brand now being insta-locked for Bethany. And Mumu being picked.
I still don't
I'm trying
know
to do
where
mental
Bethany's
gymnastics.
going.
Hold on. I'm trying to do mental gymnastics here. Ohio hovering Olaf right now. That would be a jungle pick with Volibear going top. That is going to get locked in.
It could be top Olaf. It could be.
It could be. But I guess we're just going to have to find out once we load into the Rift here where we're sitting. And it looks like we do have Set in the top lane. Mumu jungle, Lucian mid. And then we actually have Brand in the bot role, and we have Ash in the support role. No, but Brand took the support item. Never mind. Okay, so they're just flip-flopped.
I was going to say, it looks weird, but I'm pretty sure Ash is going to be carrying here. If any gameplay from Wizardish I've ever seen
why
takes
does
any
that layout
here.
switch? That's the weird part, is that the layout, like, is flip-flopped. That's what threw me off. Either way. Otherwise, it is Olaf in the jungle with Volibear top. That was a likely thing, but...
We do see Lucian versus Annie mid lane, and based on what I've seen from Lucian mid from Bethany Esports in the past, he's looking to kill Annie before she can get anywhere close to level 6. Annie has the longest auto attack range in the game, but as a result, the slowest auto attack speed in the game. So not so much long range harass, but Lucian's got to be careful when he gets inside that that spell range from Annie. She doesn't have electrocute, so you know, a little bit of burn damage on top. I'm sure she took Scorch, and then Comet coming in. We'll see if Zach gets early lead or not. He's got TP. Annie has Ignite. She's looking to kill some people.
Normal start here for both sides. No invades. Starting the red buff for Bethany and the blue buff for Ohio State. Early trade damage there. Mukub winning the first skirmish. That shield from Volibear too strong.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of skirmishing resulting in kills outside of the mid lane early on.
Oof, good damage there in mid lane. Vaporeon already have to use both of his health potions. Heal back up. Do I have to listen to that zombie sound from Brand this whole game?
Only when the camera's on him, I would assume.
But
so
it is the
maybe.
whole game?
So yeah, I would assume. Yeah,
all right.
That seems likely. Well, you gotta say have to. It's a great skin. It sounds great. You don't love that?
I mean, it's a little much.
I think it's fine.
The problem is that there's no team fighting. There's no like nothing's happening. So all you hear is that sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could hear other things, it'd be fine. But the fact that all you hear is a zombie sound is the annoying part. Haru getting the trade onto Mukub. Great haymaker. Dodges the damage storm from the Volibear. However, Volibear does have the sustained damage as his benefit. He's going to land the stun. Mid lane, the stun landing onto Zach. Vaporeon getting a good chunk. Nothing came out of the top lane skirmish. Both are very low. Salamander's landing as much poke as he can. Did go Comet for the added poke. Is Dark Harvest... Oh, wait. I'll ask you in a second. Stun does miss there. Salamanders does hit the damage. Is Dark Harvest something that you take on support, Brand?
I don't think I would. I think Comet's probably the better pick here just because that W is such a long range and covers a wide area. You really want that lane harass. Dark Harvest just doesn't really play into the game later on. You'd rather just be more effective at what you are, and that is a lane bully. So I don't think Dark Harvest ever really plays in here.
Xerath going in onto Wizardess there, does land the stun. The return damage from Salamanders and the Ignite going down as Azareth. The auto comes through, and Salamanders is going to pick up first blood for Bethany Esports.
Maybe you should have gone Dark Harvest.
Yeah, maybe.
But
Not saying that I know everything, but I'm saying that, he'd have a stack. Stun coming down onto Haru. He does land the Haymaker for the return damage. He's going to back away after the Conqueror stack's procced up. Trying to skirmish a Volibear is a very not exciting thing to do.
It's a pretty big early lead from Mukub. Obviously, Haru's about a half a wave behind as far as minions dying, but Mukub's got Haru doubled up in CS right now. So he's obviously winning these early game skirmishes.
Wizardish pushed off the lane in the off the wave in the bot lane. Waiting for that to come in. Dragon is now spawning. First dragon of the game. It is an Ocean Drake.
Now, as far as the bot lane goes, Bethany Esports is a lot better at supporting a dragon take, particularly with the brand passive that can proc on the dragon. But Amumu's not super great at taking early dragons. Olaf is. So maybe you'll see some pressure go elsewhere, and then Olaf comes down to solo the dragon in a little bit.
Ooh, tower shot going on at Mukub there. The Haymaker damage going to chunk him down. No flash from Haru to finish him off. But Hezi is taking the Blast Cone down to the river. He does have flash. He could do a bandage toss if he wanted, but the Storm is going to slow him down there. He's not going to be able to pick up the kill. Zazareth actually the one who is roaming now. He's hovering in the mid lane at this time versus Salamanders who did in the previous game.
Annie oh so close to that level 6 mark where she can just delete people off the map. She is down about 9 CS as these waves even back up, but in a minion or two, she's probably going to hit level 6. She does have flash, she does have ignite, so I expect to see some immediate aggression from her coming forward.
Dragon was started by Ohio State. They're going to pick up the first dragon.
That was Ohio State playing off of the knowledge that they knew Amumu was top side of mid. He did walk into that lane, didn't really do anything. Don't know if he was trying to gank and it just didn't work out, but Ohio State knew that Amumu was topside. There really wasn't going to be any contest for picking up this early Ocean Drake, and that's going to help them a ton against a lane that has like a brand in it.
Almost a 1K gold lead for Bethany, but the momentum is definitely in Ohio's favor. Stun landing onto Zach in the mid. Basically can shut down any engage that Lucian wants to make onto him.
Zach is a braver man than I, dashing towards an Annie that is level 6 and has stun up.
Vaporeon is roaming down to the bot lane. He does have ultimate, but they're not quite pushed into the tower yet, so he's not going to be able to do much right off the bat. Hezi is nearby, so if he does sniff it out. BioGamer is down here as well now. Haru being stunned up by Mukub. Does ult him back into the tower, but the immediate ultimate from Mukub to get out of range. Haru does have teleport. And he's roaming back mid. Hezi trying to clear out this ward. BioGamer is going to throw the axe and back off. Everybody's just itching for some action here, but nobody pulling the trigger. The stun missing onto Ezreal.
This draft by Ohio State is really working out in these early lane phases. Annie, only not down by too much CS right now, holding her own. She's going to be useful later on no matter what. Doesn't matter if she gets shoved out of this lane a little bit early on. Obviously, the Volibear skirmishes really well with the set, and bot lane holding their own. You know, only so much you can do against an Ashe brand, but it's really hard for a Mumu to get anything done. Volibear, you're probably just not going to kill him. Annie, you could probably catch out and kill, but Vaporeon's been playing relatively safe, especially when they know where the
coming
Amumu
down,
is.
the Ashe ult coming out, stunning onto Zazareth, and Salamanders gets another kill. So that's 2-0 for Bethany.
And the sad mummy gets sadder because he got no gold for showing up here.
No friends for him, no hugs.
This is what I was saying. It's going to be really hard for Hezi to find a way into any of these lanes to get a kill because they seem to always know where he is. And anytime he's close to mid lane, and he's backing off. They don't really have kill pressure in top lane, and bot lane can just get kills on their own.
I believe that was the first plate going down there on the bot side. This is a big wave that they're missing out on right now on the bot side. Great way to push your advantage there inside of Bethany. Salamanders, though, taking a big chunk of damage. The Zenith Blade is going to miss, but the ultimate from the Ezreal is going to pick up the kill on the Salamanders. He does get the ult off at the last second, but it's not enough to get any of the kills. Wizardess does take a tower and a lot of damage from Ezreal, but the E does not connect to the W. Must have just been out of range. Haru finding Mukub in the top lane. Get the Haymaker damage back onto him. Same as always with the trades. Back and forth, back and forth. Trying to freeze his wave right outside his tower like normal. Zazareth did know that he was there from the sweeper, but Wizardess is going to restart his back. Mukub and Haru at it again, fighting, although this time BioGamer's on his way top. Haru does do the showstopper in, but the Hezi coming out on the side and throwing the ultimate down. They do get the kill onto Mukub. Olaf flashing afterwards with the Unstoppable. Going to pick up the kill onto Haru. Hezi's going to try to make his way out. He does get hit by the axe, though, so he's going to be chased down. If Zach can maybe rotate up to save him, would maybe be good, but the damage is coming out pretty quickly. Zach is still not quite there. Oh, but the old plant is going to heal him up and keep him safe. BioGamers is going to back off, and Hezi's going to make it out with just a little bit of health. Salamander's flash stunning, though, with Ignite, and Zach is going to dash in to get the rest of the kill. Tibber's going mad hog wild on Zach, but he's going to shut him down and push the wave out.
No surprise to see Salamanders roaming mid and killing people. He's making a career out of it, basically. But I want to point out that he did the most efficient brand combo you can do. A lot of times you'll see people hit the E first and then throw the Q out to get the stun, right? So he threw the Q. There's actually enough time on a max range brand Q to land your E beforehand, so it's basically a frame-perfect stun. They don't know that they've been primed for it, so they're not as worried about it necessarily. They have less time to react. Easy kill for, who got that, Zach?
Yeah, Zach got it. Well, he dashed in and picked it up afterwards.
Yep.
The Ignite from Brand would have just killed him anyway, but wanted to allocate the gold correctly onto the right person. Paying attention to our keys of the game from 2 weeks ago. Good job, guys. Or 3 weeks ago, I guess, when this goes out.
Just because they're not the keys this week doesn't mean they're not relevant.
Exactly. Dragon is started by Ohio. I don't think Bethany can really go around to do much. Hezi does land this. Oh my gosh, he lands the bandage toss over the wall and gets the steal. Meanwhile, up and towards the mid lane, Zach is going to be caught out with the Ignite. He is going to get the culling damage onto Leona, but he's going to flash away with his life. Hezi is going to go down to the Olaf. Salamander's cutting back onto the Olaf. He's going to throw the ultimate to get away. Haru is very low in the top lane. All in all, Ohio State does pick up the kill onto Amumu, but Bethany does get the dragon.
A lot going on right now, along with just
the playmaker going on to the Volibear, but the ultimate coming up to counter it for the immunity frames practically, and gets the kill back up onto Haru. Finally some action going on in the top lane.
That was really close. And I think the Haru ult pulled the Volibear out of turret range just before the second turret shot, and that's the reason why Mukub was able to live long enough to get the ult back down. And it's basically instant because it's going right where he's standing. He doesn't have to jump anywhere. What I was saying with that dragon fight is a lot happened. I don't know if BioGamer didn't have his smite up, or if he just
coming over the wall, landing the stun, getting the kill. Salamander's onto Vaporeon. Hezi trying to chase down BioGamer, doesn't have the ultimate to get away. Super low. Salamander just needs to get an E, if anything, or the W to get the double kill. Zazareth getting stunned up by the bandage toss. Triple kill for Salamanders in the mid lane. Bethany goes up 3 kills on Ohio State.
That's probably going to be Leandris for Salamanders on his next back. He is now 5-1, and this is one of those times where you're not upset at your support having all of your gold. Salamanders on brand just has the capability of blowing up absolutely everybody on the map, including a really tanky Volibear, which, you know, would normally take a little bit longer than you'd expect. Volibear's up 30 CS in that top lane, so he's got an early lead, and Haru's still waiting to complete that Blade of the Ruin King that'll let him fight Volibear a little bit more effectively.
I like this game. This is more exciting than the normal games.
This series?
Yes. It's more fun. Ooh, good stun damage onto Zazareth. Can't say this guy's name. Zazareth.
I have to imagine if he hits that stun, that's probably another kill.
Ooh, good damage. The playmaker coming on to Mukub. Although he's going to get chunked out hard. He doesn't have the haymaker to stop him. Mukub just does a return kill. Haru getting very desperate up here and not playing the matchup as well as he normally does.
He really can't be trading with the Volibear unless he has Blade of the Ruin King. If he does it too much, he's going to get to the point where Bork isn't even going to help him. So he needs to really just sit back and try to farm as much as he can. I know it's boring, but...
Ooh, Hex Flash coming in onto Wizardess. The stun landing in with the ultimate from Leona. Big Ezreal ultimate coming out in the damage, but Wizardess flashes in to try to get the pickup kill. He does get the kill on Ezreal, and the Ignite coming through. It is going to kill him out eventually, but he's kiting the Leona as best he can. He autos the minion, and the stun coming from Zazar to pick up the kill onto Wizardish. 1 for 1 in the bot lane. Good pickup kill from Wizardish.
Wizardish probably should have died a lot earlier than he did, but Ezreal doesn't have his tier item stacked up yet. Does have Sheen. So he's got some damage, and honestly, it was a perfect CC chain by Zazareth. It was really well done. But unfortunately, the Blade of the Ruin King Zeal on Ashe is just a little bit too strong, and lies to you, dies before you can get anything done.
And Leona ultimate stun with the Ezreal Arcane Barrage is quite the combination for damage. Can chunk people out pretty fast.
See, Haru has completed the other half of Blade of the Ruin King and bought a longsword besides. So that'll make it take a little bit longer to complete the Bork, but as long as he has decided he's probably not going to be skirmishing too much more, I think it's probably fine. It'll help him farm up a little bit better, kill the minions just a little bit faster, and they won't crash against his turret so hard.
Dragon up in less than a minute. Rift Herald is up right now. What was the soul again? Mountain?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
yep,
think.
Mountain Soul. Wait and see here.
I know it was Mountain Soul last game.
Yeah, it's Mountain. Stun Zenith Blade onto Wizardess with the ultimate Arcane Barrage coming through, but Salamander is there for the counter damage. He's just going to flash for the stun Ignite. The passive proc is going to finish off the Ezreal. He's going to try to kite out the Mukub and Zazareth. The Banish Toss coming from Amumu, and the ultimate coming through to kill off Zazareth. Mukub not be able to do enough damage to kill out Zazareth. Too much damage coming back on him, and Wizardess is going to pick up the kill. Bethany Esports kills 3 people for nothing in the bot lane.
They didn't know where Salamanders was. He snuck into that brush, uses both of his summoner spells to kill the Ezreal. And, you know, we have that Leandry's on a brand, and like I said earlier, it's going to shred the Volibear. Doesn't matter how tanky he is. That's percent max health damage. And he doesn't have any MR. Well, he's got the one piece of MR right now, but he's been worried about the set the entire game. So, you know, he's actually pretty squishy to his support.
Dragon is started up by Bethany. Tower is taken by Haru. Good pickup for him. Try to get his gold. Try to close the gap in the top lane. Bot lane tower goes down to Bethany, and all of a sudden, it's a 6K gold difference. Or 5. Nope, 6. Yeah, 6K.
I knew you had it.
Yeah, math. That's why I play video games. They're going to steal away the whole bot side jungle here. They're going to spot out some control wards, take the blue buff. Time to start pushing that lead and start suffocating the enemy jungler. Take all of his resources away.
Now, you know you don't have Dragon up for a little bit yet, and you're likely to be much stronger in a team fight. Do you try to make a play for the Rift Herald before it dies? You only got about 2 minutes, but there's really nothing else on the map to go for right now.
Yeah, Rift Herald is definitely a priority, I would say, for both teams at this point. Especially for Bethany to try to push their advantage even farther. Zach gonna back. And Salamanders must have the gold.
Be curious to see what Salamanders is picking up next. It looks like he's got the items for Rylai's going forward, which obviously makes the Leandry's tick for double damage, I believe, because they will be crowd controlled when they hit with an ability. So that's just that much more burn. And at a certain point, you're losing your entire health bar if you can get hit by 2 abilities. I mean, it's going to get really bad for Ohio State University really quickly if they don't pick up some MR or take him out early in these team fights.
Ashe ultimate landing onto Vaporeon in the mid lane. That's easy kill for Salamanders there. Poke damage onto Lystia. Biogamer is coming around the corner here. Moo Cub going ham onto Haru. The Haymaker damage coming back out to shield. Bethany is going to pick up the mid tower. The flash from Hezi and the ultimate from Amumu does get the kill. The ultimate from Brand bouncing back and forth. Kill going down onto Zazareth. Kill going down onto Biogamers. And Bethany kills 3 more people. Once again, 4 people dead in the mid lane now. And Bethany Esports is going to move over to the Rift Herald.
In that top lane fight just a little bit ago, Haru had Blade of the Rune King. He was able to trade with the Volibear pretty well, to the point where, you know, he can't really stay in the lane. Obviously, they lose the mid lane fight, so he's got to back off anyway. But now they've got all the control they could ever want for this. Well, they're not going to get Rift Herald, but I guess they're not going to get anything over there. But regardless, Haru can trade with Moo Cow, I guess, or Moo Cub. Excuse me.
Moo Cow.
Moo Cow.
Yeah, the Moo Cows. Just a matter of time now, I think, before Bethany eyes the Baron. They have the lead for it, almost 10K.
You know, Salamanders is getting all these kills. There's still a almost 5K gold lead. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. That's funny. There's almost a 3K gold lead between Wizardish and Lystia right now. And almost a 4K gold lead across the supports, but you can't really compare those two, I guess.
Well, of course you can. Come on. Brand's a support. He has a stun.
Yep. He's a support with 8 kills.
Zach caught out in the bot lane, possibly. Zazareth landing the Zenith Blade onto Haru. He's going to ult him back. Wizardish is going to pick up the kill on that. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Zach was killed. He got ganked by Biogamers, but Bethany's going to move on to the Baron because Olaf is in the bot lane.
We saw Zach get dunked under the tower. I don't know what happened before or after that fight. We just flashed to it. But right now, they're going to pick up the Baron. It's pretty easy when you've got Ashe, Brand that are both really
Arcane
far
Barrage
ahead.
coming through. Teleport from Moo Cub in the top lane. Amumu does pick up the Baron. Not much more of a collapse that can happen. Replay on the bot here. So Zach was casually farming out. And yep, like I said, here comes Biogamers. Moo Cub flashing for the stun. And at this point, you're just going to get absolutely shredded. Easy kill there for Ohio State.
He did his best, but Bethany Esports did a really good job of, I guess they didn't know they were retaliating, so maybe that was the retaliation kill coming from Ohio State. Regardless, the trade ends up putting Bethany Esports even further ahead, and neither mid laner's really done a whole lot in team fights at all. Zach has been 1-0-1 for a really long time, and obviously Vaporeon's 0-3-1. You'd expect to see a lot more playmaking out of an Annie.
Hezzy landing the bandage toss, catching out Zazareth. Don't know if he's going to expend the ultimate for the kill. Zazareth is low enough. I'd say it's worth it. They're going to back off for the Mountain Dragon. It's going to be the third dragon, so not the Mountain Soul yet. Should be an easy pickup for them. Biogamers and Lystia are by the blue buff. Trying to hope to see that the blue buff would spawn in time, but it doesn't look like it will. It's going to spawn just in time for Bethany to get it, though.
True Shot Barrage came through. He tried to steal it. I don't think he picked it up.
Mukub trying to bully Haru still. Haru getting a lot of good return damage here. He does go out to the showstopper. The heal coming in from the Volibear with the ultimate, though. The W damage just, shredding and healing and shredding and healing and stunning. Mukub is probably going to pick up this kill. Haru, the skirmish is lasting forever. The stun comes through. Biogamer's coming in to cheat, and Mukub does get the kill. It's not a 1v1, unfortunately, but that was a close one for sure.
So Haru got the Blade of the Ruin King and almost won that fight early, but the Spirit Visage being the really key factor in that fight from Mukub, just healing too much. There was really nothing Haru could do about it. He played that fight pretty well, just a little bit too far behind at this point.
Mukub does not have teleport. He's still pushing top. Bethany, meanwhile, is mid and bot. Still a 10k gold lead for Bethany at this point. Baron should be up pretty soon here. This should be their last push, maybe one more wave. Haru is going to TP here into the mid lane. Mukub did just back, so he can be there for this fight. The turret does go down. Arcane Barrage doing big damage on the Salamanders. The flash coming in from Hezzy. Salamanders picking up the kill onto Annie. Tibbers going ham again, but he is going to get shut down. Hezzy trying to look for an opening. The bandage toss lands onto the Olaf. The ultimate coming through. Olaf trying to go into the back line, but he's going to get blown up by the enemy team. Haru is zoning off the rest of the team. The double flash is coming in. Bethany is going to take the fight, and Bethany is most likely going to take the game, and they're going to take the series. They're going to go 2-0 sweep over Ohio State and go 2-0 in the regular season.
Make sure they kill the Nexus first. They'll
kill the Nexus. Yeah, that's easy.
Well, how do you not give MVP to Salamanders again this game? He just rolled over the competition, got those early kills, that early kill pressure, probably off of not having Dark Harvest, I would guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
And he didn't confine that just to bot lane. You know, he was moving around, ganking mid lane, and honestly, they just controlled the game from that point. So props to Salamanders, and yeah, it was a great series.
Yeah, great series. Well, we'll talk about it more right after this break when we talk about our player of the series and everything that went down with Bethany Esports versus Ohio State.
Fight or flight. Everyone's wired to be one or the other. If you can't get away, could you get out of a situation? Learn to defend yourself with Krav Maga training at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, the only alpha Krav Maga certified instructors in Southern Minnesota. Krav Maga is self-defense. Find out more at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, located on Commerce Drive behind Subway, North Mankato, or go online at smma.rocks.
Southern Minnesota Martial Arts is a healthy environment, operating with current COVID-19 sanitation and distancing standards and guidelines.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.
Welcome back, everybody. What a great series we just had. Bethany Esports going 2-0 over Ohio State University. First up on the chopping block is we're going to talk about player of the series.
And I don't think it's a surprise. It's going to be Salamanders. You got player of the game, both games. Honestly, from the moment the game started on both sides, he was all over the place. Maybe a little bit later on with Brand, but he was the carry in the game where he was playing Brand. In the early game for the set game, he ganked mid at level 3, I think, 4. It was really, really early. You don't expect to see that out of a set, but honestly, just controlling the tempo of the game, making plays happen, it's pretty obvious. Got to go to Salamanders.
Yeah, Salamanders picking up player of the games, player of the series left and right. The guy is just amazing. Definitely a great support player for Bethany Esports. But don't forget to tune in next week at 6 p.m. or go to your local Buffalo Wild Wings to watch us there. And it will be Bethany Esports versus Case Western Reserve University, and we'll see you guys then.
Fight or flight. Everyone's wired to be one or the other. If you can't get away, could you get out of a situation? Learn to defend yourself with Krav Maga training at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, the only alpha Krav Maga certified instructors in Southern Minnesota. Krav Maga is self-defense. Find out more at Southern Minnesota Martial Arts, located on Commerce Drive behind Subway, North Mankato, or go online at smma.rocks.
Southern Minnesota Martial Arts is a healthy environment, operating with current COVID-19 sanitation and distancing standards and guidelines.
Spend less on going out to eat, getting your oil changed, and so much more at the Big Deals online store. Head to RadioMankato.com and click on Big Deals. Start saving today, whether it's 10, 20, even 50% off, because these savings really are a big deal.
You're not just one of thousands. You're not just a face in the crowd. You are unique. You're a name. You're a talent. You are an individual. Here, you're more than a student. Here, you're a friend. At Bethany, you are anything you set your mind to. A place where teachers know your name and friendships last a lifetime. Let Bethany Lutheran College become your family.